Hello, how are you? This is Sheila. Welcome to the Painted Pig Studio. This video is actually a flip through of a lap book that I made for my aunt. So Betty, this one's for you. This will help her to figure out all the little interactive bits. Now, I did follow Amy Johnson, whose YouTube channel is Aljon. And she did a Let's Make a Lap Book series. So that's what I followed for this. I think she actually followed Nick the Booksmiths, a lap book series. So either one of those ladies will give you a much better tutorial on how to make this if you want to make one for yourself. You guys out there, females, is watching this video, besides my Aunt Betty. The lap book is 4.5 inches wide. It's got a 2 1/4 inch spine, which probably should have been a little bit larger because you can see it's pretty chunky. But hindsight, all that good stuff. This is a vintage hat pin. Can you see that? A child nestled inside a hand with a detachable chain with some charms, a paper bead that I made, and a glass bead. So, for the monogram cover, the monogram I did on my silhouette cameo, I cut it 3 times out of cardstock, glued them all together, used wood hardener, PC petrifier, to make it very hard. I also used Heidi Swap peacock feathers spray and some homemade dye and a little bit of gold foiling for that. The cloth itself was some I had here. Most everything in the book is what I already had. And I did like Amy. I did not cover the cover. I left the fringe at the top and bottom, waited till the last minute to do that so it wouldn't get all yucky. But if I do another one, I think I will go ahead and thoroughly cover the outside. All right, so this is a vintage pin, a button that I got my friend, her grandmother's collection. She had a huge amount. So, even though it's bright and shiny, I do believe it's quite old. So, and just hair tie to close. And you will notice that I have a little journaling book in the middle. We'll talk about that in a second. Okay, so on this side, I don't know if you've ever watched Mike Deacon, any of his videos, but he has done some journals himself. He does this hidden pocket on the inside covers, and so I picked that up, and every journal I've made, I've done that as well. Here's a book plate with her name. She and my uncle are in their 80s, but they love to travel still, and they especially love gospel music, so they go to different concerts, really, all over, at least the eastern part of the country. We're in Alabama, so we're at the bottom, so they do a lot of traveling, and that's, most of these journaling cards, and this bookmark, that I've put in the journal are photos that I stalked her Facebook for and got. So on this side, there's a bit of lace behind the scrapbook paper. Couldn't tell you who made the paper, but her favorite color is periwinkle blue. So didn't have a lot of that, but I used a lot of shades of blue. So I hope that compensates for the small amount of periwinkle blue. Napkin covered envelope on this side, and a little journaling card on the inside. This is Auntie. And this little tuck spot is a photo from their wedding. These are my grandparents. And on the back It's a journaling, lines for journaling, and a little half circle tab. Well, maybe a little less than half circle. Okay, and right here, there's a magnet closure. Now, Aunt Betty, you can use this page to write on. You can put a photo over here, whatever you like. But I thought, you know, it is, as a matter of fact, it says notes, and it was from the inside of one of these books. So, also for making little notes or journaling about your trips. It's primarily for a travel journal. You can have a little matchbook with lined paper, and over on this side you will notice some stamps, a few stamps in the journal, and these are actually canceled. These have been through the mail, and this one, for instance, is a 20-cent stamp, so it's quite old. And all these, just, you know, when people send me stuff, I don't keep the envelope, but a lot of times if the stamp is interesting, I'll keep the stamp. So there you go. I've raised it up a little bit, and here's a homemade envelope with a journaling card. Space for journaling here. My aunt with cousins out in Texas or out west somewhere, and a little pocket. So that's that. More journaling here, little pocket here. This is a bit of acetate that you can flip, and right here, Aunt Betty, you can put a photo. And of course, I had to put a pig in here. You know, I try to put a pig in everything I do. So here's a big paper clip. Another little envelope with journaling cards. My aunt was a secretary. I had this in my stash, so I thought I would stick it on here. She was what, of course, they call administrative support or assistants now. But back then, yeah, they called them secretaries. So. And I made her a little journaling card here. She is a traveler, that's for sure. And she even found a street name with his name is her maiden name. So, pretty cool. She's a pretty cool lady. This is very much like, well, I stole it pretty much from Amy. This is, the little star is raised up and it's holding this down. Another stamp here. Journaling here. I love these. I didn't do a very good job of it. Amy, if you ever see this, I'm sorry. And I know Nick is the one that had that in. She also had that in her video, and you thought it was nifty as well. And I also did these like Amy did, because you can actually insert whatever you're going to put in the pocket right in here, so it's easier to pull it out. I think that's a very good idea. This is a little pocket that is that I've used washi tape to attach. I actually sewed the pocket on the machine. I didn't do a lot of it in this one. I normally do more, but because I was following Amy's videos, you know, I don't think she really did any sewing. So anyway, little watercolor die on the back of that. And, oh, there you go. That's how you do that right there. So, and she had this photo that I thought would match the theme and would go well in here. So, this is a little bit different from anything Amy did. This is actually, I think the lady is Rosa Kelly, maybe, is her YouTube channel. And it's a waterfall, but they flip. And I thought that was really cute. I might not have constructed it quite as well as she did, but anyway, I like it. And anytime you see one of these tabs, Aunt Betty, it pretty much either is telling you lift or pull. So this is a pull, and this is a lift. These are open except for the very top one, and I'm going to have to make you a little bit longer pocket assist there. And the very bottom, this one, they're closed on the side, but all the others are open, so you can tuck. And this was a neat idea of Amy's. I used acetate over these little dollar store butterflies on top of a dictionary page, part of it, and the definition of gadabout, which I would say she is. And this is my precious aunt and uncle and card to journal. These are hidden. I've got glue on my finger. Hidden pockets that she can put photos in. She's got a Canon selfie, so I think they should come close to fitting there. All right, there we go. And I did put a little small journal in the middle for her. So it's only one signature, but if she runs out, she can probably buy a little notebook that will fit in here, or I'll make her one. How about that? And it is held in with elastic, so it can be. I did sew the signature in, but it can be exchanged. And I have to say, Aunt Betty, that my husband, his name is Barry. Barry contributed. He cut this out for me. And we call that fussy cutting. I think he did a really good job. Another little pocket assist here that I'm not sure I'll leave in, but they're very tight right now. Hopefully they'll loosen up for you. Over here we have a gusseted envelope. I think this scrapbook paper is from years and years ago. My mind's eye, maybe. And this is also from like 2006. I was doing a scrapbook of our Italy trip, and for some reason I never used it, so I'll stick it in there. Maybe you can, Aunt Betty, or just chunk it if you don't to fool with it. And another little paper bead on the end here, a very tiny one. This is just some three-dimensional ephemera. It's for photo. You can stick a photo there. And there you are. This is, I think, was in Shopshawana, Indiana, for a gospel group that they like. Concert. Amazing Grace. She's a musical lady. She plays piano. Another place for writing notes, excuse me. Little tuck spot. It's actually a belly band as well. And an envelope for her little bits and pieces of memorabilia that she picks up. Two small pockets with pull pocket assists. That's what we'll call them. For you to help you in and out with their. My precious uncle was at the Indy Griffith home place. So, some more watercolor dyed paper that you can write on. And you can stick other things in here as well, Aunt Betty. Now, I did not have permission to put their great-great-granddaughter's face on YouTube, so I just covered it up. But she is indeed beautiful. You can take my word for it. She loves ballet. And, of course, space to journal. And if I can't get something back like it was, I'll just let it aside. But that went in. And, yes, Auntie is a bit of a gospel groupie. So she had these photos on her Facebook page, and I stuck them in for a journaling card. And this is acetate. This is acetate. So that is straight from Amy's journal. Here's a little pocket with a journaling tag, and that's oopsie, many members of her family. And I will repair that, Auntie. Sorry. It's a Walt Whitman quote. It's strong and content. I travel the open roads. Speaking of open roads, here we go. That is probably, and I apologize if there's a glare, but that is probably Canada, maybe, or the Rocky. I know it's not Alabama. I mean, we've got pretty mountains, but not those kind of mountains. So, and a little card for, I tore the other one up. This is embarrassing. Okay. Anyway, tried to make it as dirty as possible, but, you know, things happen. Another acetate window with a quote by Barbara Bush. I won't read it, but she's a pretty cool lady. A lot of quiet wisdom there. And mother and father of Aunt Betty, who I know she loved very much. This is actually taken from the internet, but I believe it's a photo of either downtown Tuscaloosa or Birmingham back around the turn of the century, or a little bit later. And here's a little notebook that is stapled in. And I'm sorry I broke off some of the petals of your flower, Andy. It scares me. So this is some lined paper for writing. And a little tuck spot here. And there's a picture of your bag from the Billy Graham Library. Okay. And so this section right here pulls out. And Love Me Tender. You guys got married around the heyday of when Elvis was getting started. So that's the significance of that. And as I said before, she does play the piano if you want to play that tune. And Ode to Joy, which I'm sure that just sounds like something you would like. Okay, I think that's it. So I'm going to close it up and end the video with a happy birthday, Aunt Betty. I hope you enjoy your book. And you should have never told me that you kept a journal since you were young. So there we go. Bye, everybody. If I make another video, I hope you look me up. Okay? Don't know what it might be. You never know. But thanks for watching. Bye.